Oh man. Yeah. I don't even know how to start this particular video because today was patch notes in Jurassic World Alive, and typically that is akin to your birthday. You know, it's not as big as Christmas, but it's usually a pretty happy time around the JWA community, and let me just show you how the community reacted to today's patch notes. So yeah, you could say that today's patch notes pretty much went over like a lead balloon, which is to say, it didn't go over well at all. I'm not even going to touch on the patch notes in this particular video. I will cover them because they're not bad. There's 4 new creatures, there's some new abilities, and the resilient line, the resilient class of creatures basically got completely overhauled. In the patch notes under ability updates, Ludius says, resilient creatures have the potential to overly dominate the battlefield because they have access to slowing behaviors, which can take over the time-based battle system. In order to make this class more balanced with others, we replace the slowing behaviors and resilient class abilities with vulnerability-inducing behaviors. So right then and there, Ludius saying they were too good. They weren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, so we are overhauling them. And the problem is, you're completely changing a class, yet you're not giving your players the ability to adjust by reallocating their boosts. Now, I don't know about you, but I know that I don't just have an entire team's worth of boosts sitting off to the side waiting for Ludia to arbitrarily change a third of the creatures in the game and then reallocate all of those boosts. And honestly, it kind of makes me mad that Ludia's developers can go in and say, you know what, we screwed up on this, we're going to fix it, but they're not going to give their players the ability to adjust with those changes. And this isn't a case of, I boosted the wrong creatures and I'd kind of like to have my boost back. No, I liked my team. But now Ludia has completely changed the dynamics of the game and the meta, and they're not giving me or any of you the ability to change your team with it. And I guess what honestly makes me the most sad about all this is we were on such a good roll of nice updates that showed progression, updates that weren't just completely obliterating everything. They kind of changed the meta, but it took them 3 or 4 different updates to do it. Slow, incremental changes. And the thing that gets me about that is we just had a boost reset not that long ago. I happen to know because when I visited Ludia, they told me they're always planning 2 or 3 updates out, which means when they gave us the boost reset, they were already planning on changing the resilient creatures. And I don't know, if you're going to completely change the game dynamics, I think not issuing a boost reset is, greedy. At this point, I feel like I'm just renting dinos to use until they make changes again. And to be totally honest, I've not gone through and dissected or broken down exactly all the changes that are happening. I know that because now resilient creatures aren't going to be slowing, they're going to be doing vulnerable. I know a lot of creatures are having their percentage of resistance to vulnerability change. Like, this is a big change. And when the dust settles on all this, I don't know what the meta is going to look like. I don't know how it even affects my team. I just know that right now, I feel cheated. And based on the comments on Ludia's forum, I'm not the only one who's feeling this way. So once I get over being upset about this, I'm going to do what I'm going to do as a professional and break down the 2.9 patch notes and tell you what you can expect and what's changing, because there's a lot. But for now, I kind of feel like I got hit over the head and someone stole my wallet, and I'm not really ready to jump back in and be happy-go-lucky about the game. Because ultimately, I feel like we had done so many good steps forward, and now we just took a really huge step back. But anyway, I wanted to put this video out for you guys because I said I would do a video on 2.9. I was just so taken back by the lack of a boost update for this patch that's coming out that like it took me all day to get to the point where I even wanted to create this video. And so I hope after having some time to digest it that it turns out all right. I don't know. I'm going to say everything will be all right in the end, but I don't know that I necessarily believe that. And that means that a little bit of trust is gone, and maybe a lot of trust is gone. But those are just my feelings. I'm using my platform to tell everybody how I feel. I know Ludia watches my channel, and let's leave some notes in the comments below. Do you agree with me, or are you okay with not getting a boost reset? I'm not going to argue with you if you disagree with me. If you like not having the boost reset, let us know why. Maybe you have something in mind that I haven't thought about. But if you agree with me, definitely put that in there as well, because hopefully somebody at Ludia is reading the comments and they can make a decision based on how the community as a whole is reacting to this decision. Now, there was no word on when the actual update is going to go live. My guess is it's going to be on Tuesday, but there's a video right here that's going to tell you what exactly the creatures of the week are going to be for next week. So if you are curious, why don't you check it out?